Welcome back, fashionistas. We're exploring the most talked about looks from tonight's unsuccessful 2025 Met Gala. These famous outfits, with their peculiar forms and striking color schemes, baffled fashion critics. Remember to ring the bell and click the subscribe button to make sure you never miss our in-depth analyses of red carpet happenings. Now, let's get started. Emma Chamberlain. Emma Chamberlain launched the event with an ensemble that was more reminiscent of an avant-garde costume than Met Gala couture. The combination of her bubblegum pink puffed sleeve shirt and brilliant orange sequin flare slacks was so eye-catching that it almost burned her retina. Emma completed the look with heavy silver sneakers and a neon green purse, which made it seem more like something from a garage sale than a high-fashion event. This ensemble didn't work out, even though we love Emma's daring sense of style. A leaner design or a new color scheme might have elevated the components, rather than pitting them against each other. Gigi Hadid. Next up is Gigi Hadid, who arrived donning what can only be described as a dismantled cocktail dress. She had a gorgeous lace bodice on one side and a slouchy satin drape that hung way past her knees on the other. It appeared as though her stylist had run out of sewing time due to the mismatched fabrics and uneven hemline. Gigi maintained a minimalist accessory style, but the optical misunderstanding remained. A single fabric method, or a totally asymmetrical design would have succeeded, but this half-and-half idea felt more like a fitting blunder than a bold statement. Despite her reputation for dark, unconventional style, Lord's outfit for this year's Met Gala seemed dated. She wore a heavy velvet gown with big ruffled sleeves and a floor-swiping train, all done in a melancholy shade of olive green. The heavy fabric drew her figure in, making her look less like a pop queen and more like a medieval monument. Her hair and makeup were equally dark, with golden lips and slicked back hair, creating a mood that was more somber than dazzling. With a lighter fabric or a more modern style, her shape might have been emphasized and her unique gothic charm updated. Unusual things about Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink took a chance, dressed in a translucent black gown with big silver safety pins. The look was edgy, but the execution seemed clumsy. Because the underlayers were insufficiently covered and some of the pins dangled at odd angles, it was challenging to tell if it was an accident or an artistic creation. It was confusing how the tiny pins contrasted with her large platform boots. We respect Sadie for pushing the boundaries, but if she had a more unified accessory scheme, perhaps with smaller pins or a more muted design, this may have been a success rather than a fashion faux pas. Maya Hawke looked like a cross between two very distinct styles when she walked the red carpet in a pastel yellow outfit. The upper half was a strapless corset embellished with feathers, while the lower half was a sleek satin skirt with a side split. The sudden transition from soft touch to shiny cloth was shocking, and the pastel color washed her out in the harsh light. Even her jewelry, a big gold necklace, was unable to make the connection between feather whimsy and satin glamour. If she had only used one fabric, or made the change more gradually, she might have appeared more cohesive rather than cut and paste. Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway, who is usually a red carpet pro, arrived in a full-length gown that was embellished with huge glittering flowers. At first glance, it appeared humorous, but when you looked closely, you could see that the dress's structure was hidden by the size of the blooms, making Anne a walking horticultural display. The pastel color palette was beautiful, but the scale of the appliques overwhelmed her frame. Simple hairstyles and makeup were not enough to balance the floral explosion. A smaller floral motif, or fewer appliques, would have emphasized Anne's elegance, rather than overpowering it with flowers. Walton Goggins, performer. Walton Goggins took a chance by dressing in a velvet suit with a bold geometric design. The deep burgundy ground looked stunning, but the neon pink and green shapes felt silly. His wide-leg pants and large coat gave the ensemble a more vintage feel than a dapper one. He paired it with a smart white shirt and classic black loafers, but they weren't enough to prevent the suit's color clash. Instead of being a notable menswear moment with a more subdued design or a slimmer shape, this may have been a fashion faux pas. Karlie Kloss. Last but not least, Karlie Kloss caught us off guard, and not in a good way. Her strapless tulle gown, draped in mismatched pastels, had a large bow hanging down one side. Even though the ensemble had more layers than a wedding cake, it still seemed incomplete. Her simple jewelry choice couldn't keep up with the frothy volume of the gown, and her sleek hairline seemed to conflict with the maximalist energy of the dress. A more simple silhouette or a monochromatic color scheme may have emphasized Karlie's model form and natural beauty. Those are the worst-dressed moments from the 2025 Met Gala. What was the biggest surprise to you? Who do you believe will triumph or fail on the upcoming red carpet event? Leave a comment below with your opinions. If you like this list, please subscribe for more fashion recaps. Press the bell to make sure you don't miss our next style critique, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.